Welcome to 13 Minutes of News in 13 minutes or less. Before I get into it, you guys, I want to give some special thanks to our sponsors in part, Solo, worksolo.com. Check it out, you guys. movesfinancial.com. Again, check it out, you guys. And Gary'sApps.com, which is Middleton Tech, which is DUH, Maximo, and FlexAlert. Check it out, you guys. Sunday Fun Day tomorrow. Join us. And if you want to talk about any of those apps anytime on Sunday, I'm always willing to dive in. We usually start the Sunday Fun Day with something with topic related and gig related, but sometimes it goes wherever it goes, and we always have a good time. But it coming in the beginning, which is 12 p.m. Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific. I know that might change here soon. The time, we'll see, but just getting used to my son being back in school. But let's get into this. So, okay, first thing I want to say, well, you know what, before I even get into anything, let me make a statement that I just want to say out there real quick. Can top dashers be the best earner in a market? Yes. Are many not top dashers the biggest earners in their market? Yes. Am I getting this from a sample size article of 15 people? No. I am getting this from a sample size of over 50,000 anonymous user data from Para, and well over 50,000. So, but hands down, outside of DoorDash, the biggest collection of information and data that we can analyze to see. So, is it possible? Of course it is, to be a top dasher and be the top earner. Is it possible to not be a top dasher and be the best earner? Yes, in many, if not most cases. So, if that is changing right now a little bit, view it as a pattern. Sometimes these patterns stick around for a long time, sometimes they don't. It's great when people pick up on these patterns, because the longer that it stays in the code, the longer it'll work for you. So there are creators out there telling you some patterns they're noticing, and I see a lot of people taking this challenge and trying to get to top dasher. So, there might be down the road perks too, like the catering and the large orders and stuff. So I've heard all the sides, and I've even had people leave me comments saying, how come you say that this can't happen? First of all, I never, ever said that. So, actually, I have nothing more to say on that, because yes, both ways can work. I mean, I've said this enough times, you guys should know this. Whatever works for you, works for you. Now, there's a lot of good content creators who put out a lot of good material, but whatever works for you, earning in your market, works for you. You can watch these channels, of course, and learn things that you might want to incorporate into the way you do it, or tweak it out a little bit in your market for how you do it, but you decide what works best for you. Okay. Again, you guys want to get into this a little bit? I'm happy to tomorrow, but you're not going to hear me take a side, like, no, top dasher only, or no, you have to not be top dasher. No, because I know it can go both ways. So that's all I really have to say about that. I know that everybody's trying this top dasher challenge, and I love that. I love it. I mean, I love it when you mix it up. Obviously, it's not just for content or whatever. It's us, obviously, to see if that is a possibility to make more money. So, I guess we'll see over the next little bit, how long this code sticks around, and how long it is relative to what's going on. But again, nobody should be quoting me as saying that you can't be top dasher and be top earner, or that you can't be 8% acceptance rate for the whole month and be the top earner. So I'm going to leave that alone. But that is my position, is I agree with both. If you didn't know, DoorDash, the customer side, got hacked 2 days ago. Okay, so what does this mean? I think it was about 20% of the customers' infos were hacked, and I don't know exactly what. They never tell us exactly what info was hacked, but it was hacked on a level where there was some data pulled. So I would recommend to any customers hearing this, and that includes drivers who have the customer account, I talked to Gary about this yesterday, to change their password immediately. Even if you haven't heard this yet, change your password. And I also encourage the drivers to do so, because even though this article isn't relative to the drivers being hacked, let me put it this way. If the customers hadn't been hacked and the drivers had been hacked, only the drivers, that story would have been harder to find. I still would have found it and been telling you guys this. However, that story would have been harder to find. But because it was hacked, who knows that they don't have driver information too. So if you haven't yet, in the past 48 hours, if you haven't, I would strongly encourage you to go change your DoorDash password, and do not do it through a phishing scam. I think Sarah Elizabeth made a great video yesterday talking about this, and actually, if you go watch her video, she relates it to Megan Risman having the same problem on the exact same day, and she said that minus one detail, that Megan's story of what happened to her was exactly what happened to Sarah. Is this just weird timing? I don't know, but I would suggest to all you Dashers to please go change your password. The system has been hacked and information was gathered. So change your password. That's always rule one. And don't ever share your password, guys. You know, if you're plugging into some of these apps that are trusted, if you ever needed to down the road with a Gary app, of course, with Solo, with Para, with Moves. These are good companies. And when they use like Moves or Solo, I'll use as the perfect example. Solo uses anonymous data, so yes, it has you connect your accounts, but when it gets the data back, it doesn't say your name. In fact, they don't even want that. They just want the data to see what the pay is that they can guarantee in that area. Without it, they can't do that. So just to let you know, but I would change and don't click any emails or anything that might come to you about this. Even if you get an email saying change your password, same thing I said, from DoorDash, go to the DoorDash site, log in through there. Don't click the link, because a lot of times those are phishing scams. So be careful, you guys. We've already talked about the DoorDash split from Walmart. I was talking about this probably 4 or 5 months ago. We knew this would come. Why would they have created Spark and let DoorDash? I know a lot of these places do allow all the food platforms to go deliver from them, but this is Walmart. They're a very large company, and they want to keep it in-house. And that's as simply put as I can put it, because why wouldn't you want to keep it in-house? So, if you're on Spark, keep using it. I've been telling you guys this, keep using it, because even that might change. Because once you take another factor out, like remove DoorDash, and now it's Spark, well, now they have a little room to manipulate, because you can't say, well, I'll try DoorDash for Walmart deliveries if it's started to drop and Spark dramatically. So always be on top of the new apps and the good paying ones. And if you're on it and not the wait list, take advantage of it. Okay, so did you guys see this? Instacart and the District of Columbia. Okay, so Instacart finally settled its legal dispute over the service fee in the District of Columbia. Now let me break this down into just some bullet points here for you. Instacart has agreed to a $2.54 million settlement with the government of Washington, D.C. to resolve the 2020 lawsuit alleging that the company misled consumers into thinking the service fees it formerly charged customers went to workers as tips. So Instacart, we already know this, was leading people to believe service fees were tips for the drivers. The drivers never saw 1 cent of any of that, and it went on for a long time. Now, as part of the agreement, the District of Columbia so Instacart will be paying $1.8 million within 30 days and released 739,000 in sales tax payments it had earlier disputed. Now, here's the kicker for me, you guys. Although Instacart agreed to a monetary settlement with the city, the company did not admit to doing anything wrong. And here's its quote. Quote, Instacart denies all of the district's allegations and claims, including that it has violated any consumer protection laws or district sales tax laws, according to Instacart spokesman. Okay, well, really? You didn't do either, but you're going to pay $2.5 million saying that you did. And it's not a plea bargain. It's not a let's meet in the middle. This is basically, it wasn't much more they were going to sue him for this. So, I mean, like, they actually paid the whole amount and said, but we need it on the record that we did this, but we need it on the record that we didn't do it. Yeah. Reminds me of some DoorDash stuff, doesn't it? Okay. So I want to end with this today, you guys. Robo-taxis, autonomous vehicles, death machines. You guys, June of this year, June of 2022, was supposed to be the Ioniq 5 launch in Las Vegas, where they were going to use autonomous vehicles without people in them on the back streets behind the casinos, and have them doing specific routes taking you there. So now, if you open the Lyft app in Las Vegas, you pick the style car you want, you say you want the ride, you accept the fare, your driver's coming, it's going to offer you, would you rather have a free autonomous ride? So wow, they're really ahead of the game, huh? Ioniq 5s, Lyft, free autonomous rides? Wow. Here's the kicker. It's the end of August, so you're 3 months late. You've pushed this date back by years many times, but here's the kicker. These autonomous vehicles will have drivers in them. In my book, that makes it not autonomous. That makes it an Ioniq 5 that a Lyft driver is driving. And with that, that's 13 minutes of news in just under 13 minutes. Peace!